Channel 4 documentaries, sponsored by Honda.
Through the three-part series, we'll be guiding you through the youth's perspective of the London riots.
Have you ever been targeted or negatively portrayed? You may not have been involved in the riots, but our generation has been painted with the same brush.
This is the Dispatches for the Skins generation. And we are reviving the riots.
It was the defining moment of our generation, reported around the world, but started at home. The London riots affected all of us. Even if you weren't involved, you knew what was going on, thanks to the internet. Broadcasts, tweets and statuses dedicated to the destruction on our streets. But to what extent did the internet fuel the riots? This is social shutdown. Factor which was increasingly vilified in the press coverage of the England riots, particularly in London, was the social background of many of the offenders, with sanctions such as the repossession of council homes imposed by the government. Here we are at Broadwater Farm Estate, the most notorious council estate area in Tottenham. North London is where the riots began. 62% of residents at the Broadwater Farm Estate are between the ages of 16 and 25, predominantly youth, and of that number, almost all have access to the internet, including a BlackBerry smartphone with a Facebook and Twitter account. Having spoken to residents at Broadwater Farm, I came across a young woman who admitted her involvement in the riots via BlackBerry Messenger. However, she requested not to be identified.
I found out about the riots via BlackBerry Messenger. The news was so slow, but with BlackBerry updating me instantly. All the statuses, photos and broadcasts, I knew what, where and when everything was happening.
Here I am at an inner-city academy in northwest London to really find out about young people's technology use, starting with what phone they have.
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
This supports the commonly reported view that the BlackBerry smartphone has dominated over the mobile technology markets. But before we learn about its implications in the riots, what makes the BlackBerry so appealing to the youth?
It's really popular with young people because young people are like sheep. If one person gets something, they feel the need to follow them and be part of the trend.
You use BBM?
Yes, a lot. I need it every day. I chat with it, even though it brainwashes people. It's cheap, £5 a month.
Get it for free, and it's faster than like a text message or something.
More convenient for me. It's like texting and instant email all in one. Plus you get to send pictures and information over the phone.
Use BlackBerry Messenger to broadcast messages, as a result of the London riots. My stores and shops, my local community was damaged, and I use BlackBerry Messenger to spread the word, and I can get people on board to help clean up their neighbourhood, which if BlackBerry Messenger wasn't available, they wouldn't be able to do.
There was more Facebook statuses than there were as broadcasts about the riots.
Well, we contacted the BlackBerry makers Research in Motion to find out what they think about their product's association with the riots. Unfortunately, there was no spokesman available to comment. However, they issued us with the following statement. We have engaged with authorities to assist in any way we can. As in all markets around the world where BlackBerry is available, we cooperate with local telecommunications operators, law enforcement and regulatory officials. Similar to other technology providers in the UK, we comply with the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act and cooperate fully with the Home Office and UK police forces.
So we've seen how popular the BlackBerry is to young people. The smartphone has converged different forms into one device.
Access to fast information has become society's latest fix, and the BlackBerry is no exception. We've seen how it's been used for good and bad during the riots.
But calls for greater regulation have undoubtedly affected the BlackBerry, especially after the August riots.
So where does your phone fit in the great internet debate?
Join us after the break, where we'll meet the Basmati Bandit.
The boy who caused a stir on social media with a picture of looted rice.
Channel 4 documentaries, sponsored by Honda.